sky's the limit. Feeling sky's the limit.
Short, and the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57. Super Bowl 57.
What's going on, Hoodie fam, and welcome back to our Kansas City Chiefs Madden 24 franchise. Now, honestly, it has been like a really long time since I've done any type of post commentary video. So honestly, this is a bit weird to me now at this point, because I'm not sure if I want to just keep it solely commentating the gameplay, or if I want to do it as like partially a discussion too. But honestly, I really feel like I'm gonna go with the latter, because like, let's be real, what's the point in doing a post commentary video while only talking about the gameplay? Sounds kind of boring to me, not gonna lie. But one thing, or not even one thing, but the main thing I want to point at the beginning of this video, thank you for the support on the first video of this actual franchise, because I went back and did some, I guess you could say, air quoted research, and I saw that literally August 26th was the day I uploaded this video. It was also the same day, well, not this video, but the first video of this franchise. But it was also the same day that I uploaded my first episode of my Bears franchise last year. And unfortunately, the Bears franchise, it died and it went into the sewer, basically, because I ran into a situation where I had to record, or I didn't record the game. So we had no gameplay, which meant, what's the point in keeping a franchise going if ultimately that was a fucking dot, actual dot. I don't know how I got that pass off. This is such a weird feeling to post com again. But yeah, I had uploaded the same day, and I looked at how the Chiefs video did compared to the Bears video, and the Chiefs video did substantially better. And last I'm checking, before actually recording this portion of this video, it was at about 230 views or something like that, and still growing. So if you did see that, I appreciate it, man, and welcome to Chiefs franchise, basically. So as y'all can see from the gameplay so far, our offense looks pretty nice. That is the one thing that I feel like I can't knock with my team right now, is our offense looks really nice, and I have so many, and I mean I have so many weapons at my disposal. From 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢, who I do feel like is a really good receiver. He's young and he's in a really good position, more or less, to be good for us, obviously. MVS is more of a question mark for me, because that was unfortunate, really unfortunate. But MVS, he's more of a question mark for me, because while he is one of the faster receivers in the game, and he's also 6'4", there's not many. Defense is locking up right now too, man. Who was I? Who the hell was I, bro? But like I'm saying, MVS, more of a question mark for me, because he's 28 if I'm not mistaken, and he's a 28-year-old 94 speed receiver. I think it's 95 speed receiver, who is also 6'4". There's not many receivers like that, but also with his age, if this Madden is anything like the prior Maddens, if your player is over the age of 27, they don't get breakout games. And the only way that I would get him a breakout is if he has a sheesh, look at the dot. I'm sitting here watching the gameplay back, because at this point of me recording this post commentary, I'm further in the season now, so I don't really remember exactly how all of these games went, although I do remember the outcome. Ooh, that was a bad pick. Bad pick. You know what? Let's talk some gameplay rather than talking the team right now. One of the biggest things I remember struggling with when it comes to this Jags game, and y'all saw it in that first interception, after we got the lead, when my boy Carmani got the interception and ran it back for a touchdown, and we actually had a really amazing first drive, it almost seemed like I fell into a slump, I guess you could say. And it's low-key something that I've noticed myself throughout playing this Madden, is that if you throw the ball at the wrong time, oftentimes defenders have a plethora of time to react. And I feel like that's one of my biggest problems. I never get the ball out of my hands at the right time, because in this league, I guess you could say I have a bit of leeway when it comes to getting the ball out of your hands at the right time. This is another one of those moments, like, that wasn't even open. I don't even know why I tried to throw that 𝙨𝙬 and I fucked around and threw a pick six. And now the game's tied. See, just that quick. It's not even, like, it's bad reads. I see the guy playing over top. He's sitting in the zone, and what do? Just throw the ball to him. It doesn't make sense. Like, why am I making such a bad read? I don't know. And I made a big acknowledgement to this in one of my other leagues, because in my other league, I currently am using Bryce Young as my quarterback. When I tell you using Bryce Young compared to using Patrick Mahomes in this game is night and day, I'm not the type, and I'm pretty sure I said this in the first video. If I didn't, I didn't. If I did, it's whatever. But I'm not the type of person who typically ends up with the good quarterbacks. And in this league, having a good quarterback, this is kind of strange for me. But being able to have Slinger and HRM and fucking Fearless if I wanted it, pass lead, set feet, fucking protected, all these damn abilities, it's like, I didn't even realize what the hell I was missing out on, because I always try to develop a young quarterback, even though I'm not the best passer. So it makes life so much more difficult on me. But using Patrick Mahomes, it's almost like some of those passes where it's like you need to get the ball out of your hands at the right time for the actual play to work. You get away with that when it comes to Slinger and having a quarterback like Patty. But with other quarterbacks, you don't get that type of leeway, and this game was a prime example of me making those minor mistakes, even with a good quarterback. So I can't imagine how many interceptions I would have thrown if I was using a bad quarterback. Honestly, I'm Patrick Mahomes made right now. I'm not even going to cap to you. He kind of Patty made. But as you can see, our defense struggling a little bit. He's saucing up, and we kind of get put for the touchdown. I don't even know if that was Etienne. I really don't even know if that was Etienne. But our defense kind of struggling. Honestly, like, I feel like that's the biggest place that I could work on this team. Our defense is not as sound as I would want it to be. We have a lot of, I guess you could say, holes from our defensive line. Outside of Chris Jones is rather weak. I have my boy 𝙈𝙠𝙚 on one end. I have the rookie who is also playing beside Chris Jones, and I honestly don't even remember who's coming off the other side. But I know they're not higher overall, not high dev, and it's George Karlaftis. So it's two young guns, not even two, three young guns, and then an X-Factor D-tackle. Chris Jones, in all due respect, has been playing wonderful for me. Y'all saw the dot to 𝙨𝙬𝙧𝙚, Tony, man. Look at the team, bro. So inspirational. So damn inspirational. Like, watching these games back, it's actually kind of interesting being able to sit down and watch your own footage of gameplay that you literally played through, and damn! Personally, me, I couldn't get punched like that. Personally, me, I couldn't get punched like that, but I'm just saying. We come back out on offense. I truthfully don't remember if he scored this drive, but I thought a quick slant to 𝙨𝙬𝙧𝙚, and the boy gets tripped up. Falls on his face, but he's hype. It don't really matter, though. Patty, he has the idea. He drops back, immediately throws it to Travis Kelce, because Travis Kelce with the Chiefs is literally always open. He's literally like a failsafe, in my opinion. I get it out to MBS on this little jet sweep. It actually works, so we get a little bit of yards. Honestly, I have so many things that I can do with this offense. It's almost overwhelming how much opportunities I have, especially if I'm going against somebody whose defense is not shut down, and we hand it to Jerick McKinnon. Jerick's got to get his touchdown too, man. You already know, I got to show love to both my running backs, because I love Pacheco, but I also love Jerick. Don't know if we re-sign him, but that's a story for another time. My boy, I'm going against one of the users. His name is 𝙨𝙀𝙀. 𝙨𝙀𝙀 is actually a pretty good user. I'm actually surprised that this game is really going the way that it's going, because as far as my track record, That was a dot. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a dot. But as far as my track record against Steel Kid, I think I'm like 1-2 against him all the time. Something like that. I'm thinking 1-2 because I know the last time we played in our final league for Madden 23, I got blown out. So, hey man, we're up 3 right now. I don't know if we're gonna close it out. I'm hoping we close it out. And then Patty just throws a fucking dot. Patty just throws a dot. Rashid Rice, man. He is the most questionable number 3 receiver in the fucking world. But Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback ever. It's as simple as that. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback ever. Ugh, I just got the worst feeling. That was disgusting. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was disgusting as hell. I don't even know if that was done correctly. I feel like I low-key just skipped over some stuff, but it's cool. Y'all saw how that game wraps up. Week 3, baby. We are playing against the Chicago Bears, which is actually a pretty good matchup. If I'm not mistaken, the Bears is another one of the good users in the league. Currently, we are both 2-0. And I also... Look. With the way I'm playing right now, you probably... I'm not even going to say you probably wouldn't believe it, because it's not even like I'm doing anything astounding or anything like that. But I am one of the more mid users that we have in our league, I would say. Like, my record is never typically terrible, but it is usually around the mid type of range, anywhere from 8-9 to like 10-7. Sometimes higher, rarely much lower, but it's always right in that little range of saying, oh shit, you were 1 game out of the playoffs, or you made it by just barely 1 game. I'm one of those users. So right now we played against 2 users that I would personally say are better than me. Steel Kid, I would say he was better than me, Steel Kid being the Jags, and JC or JZ being the freaking Bears. I personally believe he is a better user than me, but honestly, what I've tried to do with this Chiefs team is go into every single game with the utmost confidence. 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 gets absolutely laid down. How are you supposed to have confidence when you get put on your back like that? That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna try to do more commentary for the game here. Patrick Mahomes, I'm really just looking or learning to kind of take what the defense gives me. One of my biggest issues that I've faced with Madden throughout the entire time of playing the game is I try to take a lot of risk, and when the risk don't work, I take it. And it's really not a healthy thing as far as actually trying to win games, because it only makes life difficult on you. Because when you tilt, then there's ultimately a problem. Honestly, my offense looked kind of decent so far this first drive. I like to be able to run the ball and then mix in the pass, because sometimes my receivers don't get open against like the really good defenses. This game, you're going to ultimately see that it ends up being one of those type of situations where he plays some very good defense. I can't even fault it. He plays some very good defense, but as of right now though, we look clean. Patrick Mahomes, he's looking, and we have a man running open, and we throw the dot to 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢. If I'm not mistaken, when I went into this game, I'm not in my correct playbook, because this game itself was recorded not too long after my Ravens, my last 32 team my 32 team challenge video. I honestly don't think I'm going to finish the 32 team challenge. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm probably not going to finish it. But it was recorded right after I used that Rams team and saw that Rams playbook where you can have basically your number 1 receiver playing in the backfield like Cooper Kupp does. So I wanted to try that in this game and have 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 playing in my backfield. And so far it seems to be working. Emphasis on the seams part. Meanwhile, my defense can't do a damn thing about Justin Fields and his ragtag group of misfits. Absolutely throwing dots to 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢, and then this man Justin Fields just running all over us. all over us. Justin Fields in the read option is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than freaking Lamar. And I don't know how that wasn't a pick. I remember that play. I do not know how that was not a pick. But I guess you could say the same applies to our game against the Jaguars on the first touchdown. I don't know how it wasn't a pick. But it is what it is. It's tied 7-7. We're still in a good spot, and Patrick Mahomes throws the ball to his ghost brother. Why was Jackson Mahomes on the field? I don't fucking know. Absolute dots to nothing. So we get an easy first down to Travis Kelce. Simple, easy first down to Travis Kelce. Honestly, I think at this moment I was probably still feeling rather comfortable because we dialed up the deep ball and put it right into MVS's hands. Right into them. As of right now, I'm positive that I was feeling relatively comfortable. We tried to throw a dot and MVS gets both hit and the ball batted down at the same time, so I decided to be smart, just take my 3. Another thing I'm learning, sometimes you have to just take your points and trust your defense. Well, that's something I'm learning. That's also something that I'm slowly but surely starting to regret. Because you can't always just take your points, because sometimes your defense is not going to show up. And spoiler alert, this game is kind of one of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. You'll see it, but you'll see that there's moments where you kind of see that I struggle to get off the field. We get teams to 3rd downs, we get teams to 4th downs, and the stops that we need to get just aren't gotten. For example, here we're at 3rd and 4. This is a moment where you really need to get them off the field. I don't even honestly remember what happens here. We get a stop, we hold them to 4th and 4, so we at least hold them to a field goal here. Okay, so that was not the best example. That's still points, but it's better than what could have happened, honestly. Pretty sure that was halftime. What the fuck? I just got zoned out. You ever just zoned out in the middle of actually watching a game? Because I definitely just did. Justin Fields still dialing up some fucking dots. Oh man, that's another moment. My defense just wasn't making the plays that I need people to make. We get the sack. We bring Justin Fields down, which is a great thing. It is 3rd and 18, as y'all can see. This is one of those moments where you need to get off the field, right? And what do? We let 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 pick up like 20 yards on a simple short route. Because why? I don't know. And then somehow we let Kareem Hunt get this many yards on a screen that was literally blown up. The screen was literally blown up and an easy touchdown to DJ Moore. The screen was literally blown up and somehow we let 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢 get that many yards. I mean, not 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢, Kareem Hunt get that many yards on a simple play. Utterly frustrating. But what can you do? Just get your offense back on the field and just go try to answer for what you just dealt with. Lucky pass on my end, and Isaiah Pacheco picks up like 20 yards on that. That pass was mad lucky. But I've noticed a few of those happen, honestly. We take a sack there. A few of those happen sometimes when you're pursuing the quarterback and the user is like both closing into the quarterback and sitting on the short route. We dial up another deep ball and then boom! Put it right in the cookie jar. Was that 𝙘𝙤𝙢 or 𝙨𝙪𝙧𝙚? It was one of them, touchdown on one of the two. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I've noticed that sometimes when you're rushing a quarterback and there's a receiver basically sitting on a check down behind them or behind you, if they throw the ball right at you, your people do not seem to animate for that. Because I've seen that a few times now. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen it a few times and it's kind of frustrating when it happens. But ultimately, I can't really hate it because ultimately Madden 24 has been pretty solid, not gonna lie. There are a few gameplay things here and there that might piss me off, but the game itself, pretty damn solid. As y'all can see, our offense is really, not offense, but our defense is really struggling to get a stop when we really need one. Don't know how Justin Fields just got in the end zone right there, but we'll just say he got in the end zone just for the fact that he did. We dial up another deep ball, man. The deep ball was there for us almost all. Okay, so it was 𝙨𝙧. That was 𝙘𝙤𝙢 right there. So 𝙨𝙧 caught the touchdown. 𝙘𝙤𝙢 just got the deep ball. We're here. basically almost at the goal line, and now we're right in front of the end zone. I wish I stayed in bounds on that play because this is the turning point of the game. First and goal from, what is that? The 2? From the 2. We're on the 1 right now. Second and goal. We have 3 plays to get in the end zone. First quarterback sneak does not work. What do we try? I try to go back to it, but instead of going back to it, I switched to a run. I should have just went back to the QB sneak. I really should have. We go to the run, and it is absolutely bottled up. Man gets engaged on the block and then just breaks off of it. By default, I go to the pass, and the corner makes a play. We get stopped on the literal 1-yard line with the touchdown that we absolutely needed. Absolutely needed. And now that I need my defense to stand up, I get hit on the short route. 𝙘𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢 picks up another 10 to 15 yards on a nothing route, basically. A lot of people in Madden throw those, and I don't even get mad at them anymore because you have to learn to stop them. Same way I have to learn to not get killed by receivers that are just running routes in the seam, and then he just starts to work on offense, and DJ Moore happens. Touchdown, Bears. At that point, I'm pretty sure at this point I was done. I was almost sure the game was over. We had a bit of time left, so I wanted to see if I could cook anything up. So I came back out. We started off with a little baby diet, get like 10, almost 15 yards on it. Try to make something out of the little bit of, I guess you could say, hope that we have here, because the game's not over. It's not over. So that's why we get some quick catches and then get out of bounds. Quick catches out of bounds, you still have a small chance. I won't say the biggest chance or anything like that. There's still a small chance. So I'm still out here drawing pictures with the HRM because that's literally all Hot Rap Master is. You just draw pictures, throwing dots, getting us across half field. So we're at, what is that, 31 or something like that? I can't actually see the number, so I'm just assuming at this point. And this is almost where I guess you could say things just come down crashing and burning. No, it's not this play. It is that play. I forgot all about that. Patty throws an absolute freaking duck to Travis Kelce, who was wide open. I step up in the pocket looking for a man, and I step too far, cross the line of scrimmage, and we fumble. The Bears game's ending was rather frustrating, and rather than just sitting and beating myself up over it, the Jets game was actually an immediate turnaround because I think me and Bears were literally the last game before the sim. So we played our game, and then I almost essentially immediately was able to jump into the game against the Jets. We had a QB1 check-in, which is weird considering Patty had literally a perfect game last week outside of the fumble, I guess you could say. So I don't really understand where any of that came from. That's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? Because he's actually been having a pretty good season despite me not being the greatest passer. I've somehow managed to not make Patrick Mahomes absolutely garbage. Because I feel like with how I pass the ball, that is a rather easy thing to do. Because as I said earlier in the video, there's a lot of problems I have when it comes to making reads. I'm more of a rusher before I am a passer, but in this league right now, Isaiah Pacheco is cool and he has speed, but I'd rather have, you know, a Derrick Henry. I'm not gonna lie to you. Derrick Henry is probably the running back I've enjoyed the most out of all of the running backs I've ever had. Derrick Henry or Pierre Strong Jr. I had Pierre Strong Jr. in Madden 22. In Madden 22, I had a franchise where I was the Patriots, and I had the greatest team ever. I had Tyquan Thornton. It wasn't really the greatest team ever, but it was my favorite team ever. I had Tyquan Thornton before he was an actual Patriot, my boy Jordan Ta'amu at freaking quarterback, and then Pierre Strong Jr. in the backfield. Man, I fucking love that team. But as y'all can see, we're playing against the Jets. Jets is not one of the better users in the league, but at the same time, he's my boy. Brody is the GOAT. I love him. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I didn't make this game as long as the other ones. I might have. I honestly don't remember how I edited this thing up, to be honest with you. At this point, this whole post commentary is literally just me talking while the gameplay is actually playing. That is actually a dub. But our offense in this game, more or less, spoiler alert, our offense looks amazing in this game, to be specific. First drive, we literally don't really run into many issues at all until right here, and I do something stupid, and once again Patty puts them. A lot of the issues that I go through with Patrick Mahomes are literally self-inflicted because I'm stupid. Dalvin Cook comes out, gets the you know, little cha-cha slide, you know, get the dance with our team. I'm really bad against the run is one thing I've noticed. If a player can run pretty well, I struggle with it. Not sure if that's a team thing or just a me thing, because for some reason in Madden, a lot of times my team's run defense is good. Here you see we get a pick there, my boy Brian Cook. If I'm not mistaken, Brian Cook, no, wasn't, I don't know if it was this game or if it's literally for episode 3. Just note that I'm recording this post-commentary portion while episode 3 is literally already done and being edited. So I already know what happens in episode 3. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all though. Y'all can wait on that. But y'all see Patrick Mahomes dials up the dot to MVS. Beautiful touchdown. Beautiful simple route. And just throw a touchdown. I remember talking to Brody and literally, I don't remember if it was in the middle of the game or after the game, but one thing that you will notice with this Jets user, whenever like you do see some of the plays, a lot of his passes are a lot of like, I guess you could say safe reads and things where it's like not really taking advantage of the fact that he has one of the better QBs in the game currently. And we literally got into a whole conversation afterwards where I'm like, bro, if you want to learn how to pass the ball in this game, honestly, just take advantage of the fact that you literally have the Jets right now. You have one of the best teams in the league, Brody, if you are watching the video to this point. You have, what, Garrett Wilson, Mecole Hardman. You have Allen Lazard, who could be a jump ball receiver, even though Ags have not been as strong this year. You got, what, Tyler Conklin, who is a solid tight end. And you have literally two of the better running backs in the league. Probably one of the best 1-2 punches in the league, honestly. Like, you have all the tools at your disposal to figure that passing shit out. We're throwing absolute ducks, and somehow that was caught. That was not a good pass. I saw that when I was editing. I don't even know how. That was a Patrick Mahomes pass if I've ever seen one. But you dial up the play action. You look for a man. You throw it to Travis Kelce. He gets the first down. Should have been a touchdown, but what more can you ask for? Just give it to Pacheco. Let Pacheco get it. But like I was saying though, Brody, if you do want to actually pass the ball in this league, I would recommend figuring out the whole passing aspect before Aaron Rodgers retires, because since we know the league itself is going to be long term, odds are Aaron Rodgers won't be there forever. So take advantage of him while you can, is my opinion. Right here, he throws an absolute dot to Garrett Wilson. He's on the move this drive. After our touchdown, he comes right back with an immediate bounce back, easy pass, Tyler Conklin, that's a touchdown. We have a game on us now, 14-10. But don't forget that I literally told y'all that our offense this game looks literally amazing. We come back in the play action, we're looking, just throw it to the simple check down, even though that's like a fucking 11-12 yard check down, it don't matter, we'll still take it. We were flowing this game. I think this game and the game that you'll see in episode 3 are probably the most comfortable I've felt playing offense in Madden 24 at all. Minus, you know, right there, just getting straight up abused, bro. Straight up abused. Straight up abused. What the heck? Why'd I just zone out staring at an easy Travis Kelce? I don't know why. But as y'all see, it's 3rd and goal. What do y'all think is going to happen? Who do you think the ball is going to go to right now? If your answer was the corner route, then you were correct. The red zone is probably my biggest area that I feel like I need to improve on offense. Because even in the games where my offense struggles, whether that be head-to-head, MUT, or even franchise games, not just the Chiefs franchise, obviously, when I get into the red zone, it's almost like my brain turns off. And I get put in situations where it's like, there's no reason why you're doing something this stupid, bro. No reason why you're doing something this stupid. But I get stuck, and there's nothing I can do about it. Once again, Dalvin Cook comes out. He's just running. Ain't nothing we can do about it, bro. He's on his Forrest Gump type ish. You feel me? Brody was looking. He had a lot of short passes to like Tyler Conklin or even to the running back that got him a few rack yards. But I feel like his biggest issue was he wasn't really trying to get the ball in the air. And when he did try to get the ball in the air, it was things like this. My boy 𝙈𝙬𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢 with the pick. I love the middle linebacker tandem I have right now. I'm not the most high on Nick Bolton, but at the same time, Nick Bolton is a good middle linebacker, whether it be real life or Madden. My only complaint with him in Madden is he's only 5'11" at middle linebacker. It's not really the best. Middle linebackers already struggled enough to animate. To be a short middle linebacker is even worse, but we handed off to Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco's getting upfield for about, 15 maybe 15 yards, something like that. Patrick Mahomes, play action. You already know, you see the man, boom, in his hands, in his chest, in his body piece. 𝙈𝙬𝙢𝙢𝙢𝙢. Touchdown. It's currently 28-10. So we're feeling pretty comfortable. One of the things I kind of say often is if I can get a 2-score lead, I can, not confidently, but just my own ego, I guess you could say, feels rather confident in the fact that I can win this game. A 2-score lead is just simple ego. It's a simple ego check. I can win this game, or this game should be over. But a 3-score lead is, oh yeah, you could just pack your bags up. The game is finished. Just straight up, the game is finished. As you can see, the defense is kind of standing up a little bit too. We got Brody on lock. I'm not gonna lie to you, a little lockdown. I just got put on my butt. I didn't even notice that. Me as a user, I just got put on my cheeks. But at the same time, we get to stop. As I said, we were cooking. I had Travis Kelce so early in that route, and that was another read where I threw something really, really late to Rashee Rice. But we're handing it off to Pacheco. Pacheco's making something happen. Pacheco shakes one, almost picks up the first, but he stopped. 3rd and 1. It don't matter. We skip forward a little bit. We're in the red zone, technically, or on the goal line, and Jerick McKinnon. I love Mr. McKinnon, man. I really wish he wasn't 31, because if there was some way I could dev both Jerick and Pacheco, I would do it. But I can't. So, this is basically the end of the game, honestly. At this point, Brody just throws up some random shit. He throws a pick. My boy L'Jarius Sneed, that's his 2nd of the game. W's. He gets the ball back. He throws another one to L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed now has 3 at this point. He's running it. Nick Bolton's trying to tackle him. L'Jarius Sneed gets in for the touchdown. Hey, that's wraps on that, man. Overall, I feel like this was a pretty, what would the word be? A pretty good episode. As far as things that I'm learning about this team. 1, my offense is pretty effective-ish. I won't try to be the type that'll say that my offense is the best thing in the world. I feel like, honestly, I'm more Patrick Mahomes made than I am my offense actually being good. So I can take the confidence there. However, on another end, my defense is not the best. So I got a lot to work on from that standpoint, but I feel like a few changes can be made and we can work around that, honestly. I'm not really too sure what type of changes I can make though, because at this point, I really do want to trade either Kadarius Toney or MVS in search of other players, or not other players. I don't even know how to word that one properly, man. I really don't even know how to word that one properly. Honestly, that is something for you guys to figure out / discuss with, future Hoodie, who is not post-commentating his games. But overall, man, I hope you guys did enjoy. Trying to post-commentate Madden is kind of strange, but hey man, your boy Hoodie out. Peace. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch y'all in episode 3.